Welcome to Kiss the Reviews. I'm Corey, Armando's absent, and today we're doing 1985's Rambo, First Blood, Part 2. This movie was requested by Damien on Patreon. Thanks, buddy. If you guys want to join us on Patreon, you can. All you got to do is search for Kiss the Reviews. Over on Patreon, we have multiple tier systems for you, but what you get, regardless of what you sign up for, is the full unedited review with movie clips included and some pre-show material. Armando and I usually talk about all kinds of stuff. One of the prevailing ones is his anger issues, but we talk about sexual mishaps, all kinds of fun stuff over there. So check us out on Patreon at Kiss the Review. And with that, let's get into the cast of characters for Rambo, First Blood, Part 2. This film stars Sylvester Stallone as John J. Rambo, Richard Crenna as Colonel Samuel R. Sam Trautman, Charles Napier as Major Marshal Roger T. Murdock, Stephen Berkoff as Lieutenant Colonel Sergei Podovsky, Julia Nickson as Agent Ko Fong Bao, and Martin Kove as Michael Reed Erickson. With that, I present to you folks, one more time, the man, the myth, the legend, John J. Rambo. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We are so happy and proud to have you back on the show. I cannot wait to talk to you about the events in this film. I have to be honest with you, for a lot of people, this was a massive influence on their childhood in the 1980s. Like, you raised a set of action stars.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know how many people on the street come up to me and tell me specifically about this movie? A lot of the olders reference the first one, but the second one is what really propelled this franchise and my story.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you two things about this movie stuck out to me watching it again as an adult. One, you're not beefing with Americans. That's always cool. As long as you're not fucking with Americans, you can kill whoever you want. That's kind of in the Constitution. So, awesome. And two, you have the most noble of causes here, which is going back to Vietnam to rescue POWs. Which I think is probably one of the better things a human being could do with their life, if that's something we're going to do.
Not for nothing. It was super noble on my part.
It really was. So how about we kick off this awesome film about the second chapter we know of your life and pick up 3 years after the tragic events for you, not Teasel and the rest of them, in Hope, Washington. You are imprisoned in a penal labor facility. You are busting rocks like a mother. Why would you know when I have a question, when you are in that sort of situation and you're breaking rocks, why are you breaking rocks? Do you know where it's going? Or is it just like, these rocks need to be broken?
No. They basically just say, hey, you're on a chain gang, go break bricks, wet nips. And they send you just right into the thing.
And start breaking bricks, wet nips.
You don't care, but you know what? Gives it a good workout. It's a good workout on the shoulders.
I can tell.
So like it gets you a good workout. And you know what the line that I give Trautman at the beginning here when he comes to visit.
In here, at least I know where I stand.
It's very comforting to know that I just break rocks until they tell me to stop.
Oh yeah. It's perfect. It's a perfect place for you to get a little bit of zen because you're breaking rocks. You're told to eat, when to shower, essentially when to shit. So I would imagine for a man such as yourself, that would be nice without all the noise and choices out there in the world.
I liked it. I enjoyed it. A lot of work, but you know.
Yep, that's what happens. I don't think anybody on this planet, Mr. Rambo, would call you lazy.
Exactly.
So your man, Colonel Trautman, as you said, he arrives to your penal camp.
You said penal.
Damn right I did. Check out the Patreon pre-show for the inside joke on penal. To placate the public, Trautman comes to you with a solo infiltration mission. One that you were spit out as one of 5 men that could possibly complete this mission, going back to Vietnam to confirm the existence of POWs still being held years after the war. And then you agree. You're reluctant, but knowing you go back, knowing that you're the one guy that can achieve this mission, mainly because you're being asked to go back to the POW camp you were previously held at and had escaped from.
Yeah, that was, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, Trautman offered the possibility of a presidential pardon if my mission is successful. I think, spoiler alert to people who haven't seen the movie about my life. I don't think Trautman knew. Trautman was like me. Hey, we're going to see if there's POWs, and if there are, we'll rescue them.
Yep.
I think Trautman was very honest, bringing me, coming to me and saying like, hey, like I know this guy could do it. Let's get him out. Let's try to get him a presidential pardon. I didn't believe any of it, like the whole presidential pardon thing. And I was like, yeah, Trautman might want that, but that shit ain't gonna happen.
No.
They're gonna be like, hey, cool story, bro. We got fucking more rocks to break.
Is it possible this story is true? Yes, it is.
So in Thailand, after you've accepted the gig, you meet some other casts of characters here. Erickson, as played by movie and real life villain Martin Kove.
Yeah, he just FYI, Martin Kove did not bite anybody on set here. So
well, there weren't a lot of women. So
no, there was just Co, and she was with me the whole time.
Damn right she was. And Erickson, life partner, sunglass wearing, mustachioed lifer. And then, of course, Marshal Murdock, the bureaucrat overseeing the operation. Bureaucrat's a nice word. I'd call him CIA cutbag.
That's fair.
Did you have any indication? I mean, I know you make the comment later on as you're boarding the helicopter to start your drop that Trautman is the only one that you actually trust.
Yeah.
Did you know Murdock was going to rat fuck you right from the start?
Okay, the one thing that they got spot on with the Murdock character, look at this actor's face. Okay, that's playing Murdock. The real Murdock, his face was a little bit more ratty and cunty. So, but they got the perfect actor to play this. Just that jaw, that you look at that jaw and you're like, I don't trust this guy.
Yeah, that was Charles Napier who played Erickson, and much like Martin Kove, he's world renowned in the movies for being a piece of shit.
Yes.
So
and what I don't like here in the movie, and I don't know why they did this, but when I first get to Thailand and I meet Martin Kove, I meet Erickson, and then I go in and I meet Murdock, and he does this whole thing about my background.
Rambo John J., born 7/6/47, Bowie, Arizona, of Indian-German descent. It's a hell of a combination.
Listen, this was the 70s into the 80s, right? When all of this stuff takes place in my life. And Italians weren't like Italians are now. You know what I mean? But for whatever reason, like he's going through my whole background and he takes a couple jabs at Italians. But in the movie, they made me Indian German. And I don't know why that was a choice, but that was because he's like, Indian German. Like I remember when I saw the first cut and I was like, why does it say Indian German? That's weird. Look at me.
yeah, I think this was a little bit of racial profiling on the part of Hollywood. because they're like, who likes war? A lot. Germans. Who is really good and noble warriors? The Native Americans. Guess what? Done.
Yeah.
Got it.
Apparently, all Italians know is sausage oil.
He was
pasta.
probably, and I'll be all in all honesty with you, he was probably this close to being part Asian in the movie, and they just didn't want him to do an accent because Sly was like, "I've been dying to try this Asian accent out," and they were like, "Absolutely not." Richard Crenna put his foot down. He's like, "I'm not fucking coming back. No, you're fucking Indian and German. Enough."
Yeah, that's also very fair.
So Napier here, before you deploy, he tells you that you are not to engage the enemy personnel, and if you do actually find POWs, you are to only take pictures and get the F out of town. You are not to attempt any sort of rescue. And you sort of say yes, but you kind of say yes like the way a kid's like, all right, I won't do that. And then they immediately go out and do that thing.
Yeah.
Like, you were always going to rescue these guys, weren't you?
Yeah, it's kind of like turning around and going back to the town. I was doing it.
Yeah.
Like, listen, this is how, like, when Trautman comes to me and he says, hey, there's only 3 guys in the world that we would have run this mission. You're one of them. So we're going to send you. He tells, listen, he's told everybody. He told Teasel in the first movie, right? And in the first part of my story, he tells Teasel, this dude's just a killing machine. That's all he knows how to do. You can't kill him. He'll kill you. This movie is set up with that same kind of premise. Murdock already knows that, like, I'm the man. So I don't know. I think there was a lot of like wink, wink, nod, nod, like, hey, just go take pictures. Like it's a photo shoot. But they knew I was going to do something and I knew I was going to do something. So who are we kidding here?
I think Trautman knew you were going to do something for sure. I think, not Erickson, Murdock was very much under the impression he could control you because that's what guys that look like Murdock think. Like, oh, I'll break this horse. And it was like, nah, dude, you don't know John Rambo like I do. So one of the saddest lines too here to me and probably movie history is when you and Trautman are having a conversation about the mission and you actually ask if we get a win this time. That was really fucking sad. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just a little side note.
No, it was, and that really happened. I did ask because we all know what happened the first time around.
Yeah, and I guess in speak nowadays in today's English vernacular, I would say you drop bars throughout this movie.
You were correct.
We're up and away. We're flying towards Vietnam. You're about to make your aerial insertion. Ew. Just a little thing we do here on the show. And your parachute gets caught. In this, you're forced to cut yourself out. You jettison most of your gear, only leaving you with a knife and a bow and arrow.
Listen, all I need is my knife. Okay? I carry this with me at all times. Just FYI. It's always on my hip.
Take that, constitutional carry. So your assigned contact is a Vietnamese intelligence agent, Co, who arranges for local river pilots to take you guys upriver. The riverboat does not go well.
No,
you guys have a little bit of an argument. There's a little bit of dick measuring here.
Yeah, the riverboat doesn't go well. It from the word jump, everything kind of. I knew. Listen, when I was on the plane, and the one thing that I told Sly when we filmed this movie, I said, Sly, when you're on the plane, I need I'll say this, his nonverbal acting on the plane, perfection. Because I was already uneasy on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Martin Kove does a really good job encompassing what Erickson's vibe was. You could tell he was like a good soldier at one point, but he's kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And he just had that vibe oozed off of him. And same with mustachioed man that was, you know, doing everything with him, his like little lackey. I was already uneasy with the two of them. There was just this weird vibe happening on the plane. So, and I told Sly, just that's where you're at. You're looking around. You're just making sure like they're not going to push you out of the plane without a parachute or something. Like that's kind of what was going through my head.
Yep.
So I thought this was going tits up from the beginning. So we get to basically the pirates that are taking us upriver. And listen, I showed him the knife, and I was like, "Hey guys, this is good. This is going to be a good ride, or you know, people are getting jabbed in the throat. Like that's what's going to happen next." Ko had to actually pull me off of one of them, but it was bad from the beginning.
Could you do us a favor? We
Sure.
do a little thing on this show called Life Lessons, where we warn people against some of the more dangerous aspects of life. Yeah.
Yeah. I did one on the
If
first
you
show.
could hold up your knife maybe and give us another life lesson for everybody out there about not trusting river pirates, I think that would be apropos.
Don't do that, it's not good for you.
Hi, people out there. So you found yourself going to rescue POWs. And you need a way to get upriver. Your contact has paid their way onto a boat for you and her. The only way you're getting upriver with any sort of like no contact, everything's good, is with pirates. I mean, it's occupational hazard. However, what you don't want to do is get on the boat completely unarmed and like what you do when you get on the boat is go, "Hey guy, that's a knife." And then you let them know what's going on, right? So that you can go up the river without incident like that. By the time you get to the end of the river, by the time we got to the end of the river, they were showing me rocket launchers from Russia and all kinds of stuff, which I thought was weird at the time. I didn't put two and two together yet, but I thought that was a little weird at the beginning.
Well, and I think that was great because I fear a lot of people traveling abroad might think river pirates and counting on them to get you river is a lot like a Carnival cruise, and it's not. So,
no, it's not. And FYI, just I'll throw this out there as kind of like a caveat to that.
Sure.
I'm a vet. I can get on and show them a knife and go, "I'm going to put this in your butthole if you cross me." For most people, you should probably avoid pirates of any area.
Yep.
Just throwing that one out there. Just avoid pirates at all costs.
And this is why. So you get to the Vietnamese camp, zero problem. It's commanded by Captain Vin and Lieutenant Tay. You confirm the presence of a POW, and just like everybody but damn Murdock knew, you free a POW named Banks. So yourself, Ko, and Banks attempt to withdraw. The river pirates betray you, as river pirates tend to do. I mean, first off, you didn't pay for a third passenger. That's your number one problem. You always got to pay for every passenger. There's no lap babies on a goddamn riverboat cruise. Just doesn't happen. But that's okay. Because as they betray you and the Viet Cong gunboat closes in, you kill the pirates pretty easily. It's pretty dope, actually, because they try and like do the whole behind the thing, like off the roof, and I got you, and you're like, fuck you, buddy. With your
Oh no!
knife
And then
thing.
you give him one of those, or straight through the roof.
That's one
That
of my
was,
favorites.
That was completely satisfying.
That saved me from more potential hangings from Thacker rooftops than I care to admit.
I mean, I'm glad I could help you out with that.
You really did. You're a hero in more ways than one. I want you to know that. So you kill these damn pirates. You take the RPG that they were so awesome to show you they possessed, and you blow up the Viet Cong boat. Before you guys reach the extraction point, yourself and Banks are separated from Co. You're under mortar attack. You're spotted by Trautman aboard a rescue helicopter with Erickson and Leifer. Trautman informs base. Everybody's like, oh, shit, he got one, right? Like, he's got one of ours. They're super happy about it.
I bet they were.
They were jacked, except for Murdock wasn't.
That's fair.
Murdock, unbeknownst to you at the time, says nah. Tells Erickson to abort the mission. Tells Martin Cove they got something back there for him to bite. So he turns that sumbitch right around. And like BLT, I'm there. Biting into it. So he goes back. He's aborted the mission. Leifer, being the son of a bitch, because you know Trautman is not going to leave you hanging.
Yeah.
Ever. So Leifer points a gun up to Trautman's head and basically tells him to chill the F out. And you guys are captured, being you and Banks, once again by the Viet Cong. And whilst you are being tortured in pig shit and piss behind your back, Trautman is about to wreck shit until Murdock basically has Erickson and Leifer strong arm him. And now all of a sudden, Colonel Trautman is a little bit of a simp because he is just forced to sit down and take it.
Yeah. And just to rewind for a second.
As far back as you want.
The helicopter coming in and Erickson, and we make eye contact. You ever make eye contact with somebody and you're pretty sure that they know that you want to kill them? You ever get into one of those situations?
Yep.
Yeah. Erickson is such a piece of shit. And listen, we can say what we want about Murdock, and we know what happens to Murdock at the end of this story in this film. With that said, you're 500 miles away from Murdock. You're just gonna bounce. You're just gonna leave me twisting in the wind. All right. And then again, I don't know what your background is, but you ever get hung up and dipped in basically pig shit?
I've been married multiple times.
It's equivalent.
Okay. Then yes.
It's not fun. It's not fun. Leeches, although I don't hate them as much as rats, they also suck.
Hey, we have a thing for puns on this show.
See what I did there?
John Rambo contributing like you belong here. I love it.
You know, you guys welcomed me in that first episode that I did. I did a little research. So if you saw your numbers, your viewership jump up a little bit, it's because I went back. I wanted to see what you guys really did here. So
a couple videos now have 3 views. So I definitely noticed the uptick.
Yes, exactly. I was 2 of those on every one of those. I had to watch them twice.
We appreciate your patronage.
I'm a little slow. So, but yeah, like if you've ever been dipped in pig shit, it's not fun. It sucks. You know, the leeches, and you're hanging, by the way, not good on the shoulders.
No, it does great for your core though.
Oh yeah.
Because you came out of there ripped.
Yeah, you get that Jesus on the cross. I was gonna say you get that Jesus on the cross look. You get that little V shape. It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope for that. Not great on the shoulders though. And that's when the Russians come in. And listen, I know, hey, Vietnam, the war, John Rambo, doesn't like Asians, or, you know, whatever people say about, you know, people going into Vietnam, right?
Yep.
Russians, not for me. Not for me. I don't. Not happy, especially with this group of Russians that comes in.
No, they do a little bit of good cop, bad cop. Soviet liaison Lieutenant Colonel Podovsky comes in. And
Yeah,
he is
Vladimir Putin over there.
Yeah, pretty much. Sergeant Yushin, his big son bitch, and they start interrogating you, torture style, to say the least. The lieutenant colonel demands that you broadcast a message to Murdock as a warning against further rescue missions. You are refused. You are electrocuted. You finally relent when they bring in the POW Banks.
Yep.
That you arrested. Is this all accurate so far?
All accurate. All
Okay.
accurate. The only thing is that I do like the actor that played the little right-hand man to Vladimir Putin over there. Yakov
the Russian
whatever. Whatever his name was.
Let me see here.
I wasn't really paying attention to names, I'll be honest. So I'm pretty sure they just made the names up in the movie.
No, they said Sergeant Yushin was played by Cousin Balky.
Don't be ridiculous.
Good job, Cousin Balky.
Good job. Good job. Yeah, the electrocution, also not fun. Not fun. And to your point, was it interrogation? Sure. I wouldn't classify it as light torture. That's like torture. Like it's a thing. But the whole, hey, rat on your fucking your people back at base camp or whatever. Like, come on, guys, what are we doing here? But I do have a soft spot because I was and am at this point a POW. And, you know, you do what you want to me. Why you got to fuck with that guy?
Yeah, I hate to correct you, but seeing as the war was over, you were worse than a POW. You didn't exist anymore, according to the United States government.
Very true as well.
Way worse.
Yeah.
Way worse. So eventually you relent, not to do what they say, but you've had enough of this shit and you're about to move on. And you're not going to let your boy get hurt. You're now responsible for his life.
Yep.
So you go ahead before he gets his eye taken out with your knife, which is just crazy. They go ahead and ask you to dial in to headquarters and deliver the message. You instead let Murdock know that you are coming for him and you've had enough. And one of the coolest shots here, and I hope this happened in real life, is everyone in that room heard your knuckles crack when you gripped the microphone. Because that was dope.
I'm assuming the technology back then wasn't like it is now. You don't have spring-loaded shit. Like you grab the thing and you hear it. So I'm assuming they were like, what the fuck was that? And then, you know, I give my line to Murdock to let him know I'm gonna fuck you up, dude.
I'm coming to get you.
I know you didn't see it until you saw the movie. But Murdock looks like he pooped his pants when you said that.
From Trautman and some of the others, like the others that were actually happy that I originally found a POW and yada yada, like we all had a little talk afterwards. Yeah. There was a little poop from Murdock, but
it was a Steven Seagal type situation.
Yes, exactly. But I do want to let you know, like the reason this went where it did, because I was heavily contemplating calling and doing what the Russians were asking me to do. Yeah. Because that's my guy. I didn't want my guy to get his eye taken out with my knife. But I see Co is like outside Like I just see a little glimpse and I just see her. So I already know that I got at least a little bit of backup.
Well,
If shit pops off. So I decide in that moment on that radio transmission to tell Murdock that I'm coming for him. And that's when the ass kicking in the camp starts.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you because I know you and Co, RIP, don't have a chance to really talk about her part in your escape here, which was she dresses as one of the whores we previously saw that enter the camp on a nightly or weekly or whatever basis. She rolls in, she plays the part, she lets fucking gross dudes like touch her butthole or whatever the fuck as she's walking in. And then she starts to facilitate.
She took one for the team.
A serious escape plan.
Yes.
Like you two work together really well. I can see why there was an immediate connection for you two.
Yes.
And you both escape. You're able to get out. However, as you're both professing your undying love to one another, well, Co asked you for a green card and you agree, is basically what I saw in the movie. If that wasn't romance, like if the romance was real in real life, they did not do a good job covering it.
Yeah. So, we get away, we got to regroup. There was a lot of things that happened within this span that they just condensed into about 3 minutes of film. We get there, I'm regrouping and, getting ready to go get my boys, but we have some time because we've hidden. We kind of lost the soldiers that were chasing us. And there was some time where we actually got to talk a little bit, get to know each other as we're like planning this trek back. And like, I'm going to fuck everybody up at this camp and then we're going to bounce with our guys. So there was a little bit of time. What didn't happen, fortunately, unfortunately, however you want to dice this up, the kiss in the movie, I think they just did that for Hollywood and like a romantic thing. I was literally just less than 24 hours ago, I was being dipped in pig shit.
Yeah.
And leeches and no shower. And
even the electrocution would have made your breath bad. Like,
yeah, exactly. So like there wasn't really a whole lot except for his face. There really wasn't a whole lot that was super appealing about like, hey, she might have wanted to kiss me. But I would have given her the 5 fingers because I'm like, once you do that, there's no turning back. And you don't get a second chance at a first impression.
Yeah. I would say the only thing that makes the kiss even remotely believable is she's a Vietnamese guerrilla fighter, kind of, hiding in the bushes and shit. I don't think dental hygiene is a high priority for her either in a real world situation.
And in my real world situation, the hygiene for some is important. For her, it was important. However, we've been in the jungle now for 36 hours. Well, longer than that now. We're probably at the 72-hour mark. If you're just laying out by the pool for 72 hours without a shower, you're going to be pretty goddamn ripe. Okay?
Yes.
We were, let's just face it, we were both ripe. Neither one of us had showers, but I also got dipped in pig shit. But that didn't happen. That's the only thing that I didn't like about this movie is like, why did they add that? Because it didn't happen.
That's fair. That's very fair. So, you guys do agree that she's going to come home with you.
Yep.
Back to the States. And then as if a PSA was put out by Homeland Security itself, she is immediately shot after you agree to make her an immigrant. Yes. So, message. Anyway, this pisses you right the fuck off. And this is where we realize that everybody now is in big trouble.
Listen, let's face facts. They were already in big trouble. I was already pissed. Listen.
Yeah, but they just took your girl now too.
There's a lot of anger issues that I have and that I had in this moment, right? Obviously the POW camp and being tortured, I escape.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm already holding a grudge, and I'm going back to the place where this happened to me. So I already got that in the back of my mind. I get there and I find other people, right, that are being held prisoner, and now I'm even more pissed because I'm like, they still got POWs here. I need to do something about this. So now I'm pissed about that. I get the guy out. Hey, extraction guys. They leave me behind. So now I'm back in the place that I was 15 fucking years ago or whatever. And now I'm reliving. There's a lot of anger built up without them killing Co.
Yeah. That's like a cherry on top of the sundae.
That was just hey, you know what? I was going to be nice. Let's just make it quick and let me get the hell out of here. But now I'm going to play with my food a little bit.
And that is accurate because that is exactly what you do. You get a dope jade green necklace. You put that on. You have on now what is worldwide known as your red headband, the Rambo headband, if you will.
From her dress. This is the original.
Dig it. Good for you. And then you begin to open up the Vietnam War all over again. You are killing Russians. You're killing Viet Cong soldiers using guerrilla tactics, what little weaponry you still have. And with your explosive tip arrow, you kill Lieutenant Tay,
that was the best.
Amazing.
Listen. You want to talk about gratifying? This was so gratifying. You ever, again, I don't know your background. You ever explode somebody with a dart or with an arrow?
Bro. Of course.
Like
deer, not a person, but
that is so gratifying. I'm not saying like, listen, here's a little mini, don't do that. You probably shouldn't do that. But man, if you could do it and you have the opportunity and like, with impunity, like you could go, it's so gratifying. Like to see him, because I'm a crack shot. We'll say that. You give me a bow and arrow, whatever I'm shooting at's dying. And I pull back on that thing, and as soon as I let it go, to see him just go, just explode like a Lego man was probably top 3 things that has happened in my life.
Yeah, man, he exploded like Jason Pierre-Paul's hand on 4th of July. It was amazing.
That's fair.
It was amazing. So after you blow him up, Yushin attacks you with a helicopter. However, he underestimates you. You climb on board the helicopter and you toss that big sumbitch out to his death.
Yes. Listen, helicopters and me don't mix. Okay.
No.
If you're in a helicopter trying to attack me on the ground, eventually that helicopter is going to crash. And unfortunately for Yakov Smirnov here, the helicopter pilot gets a little too close, and I'm super athletic, so I jump, I grab the thing, we start wrestling, and then I kick him the hell out.
And now you have commandeered the helicopter. You fly
Damn right.
back to the Vietnam POW camp. You rescue everybody's ass this time.
I lay waste to this camp.
Yep. And you get some good assistance from the boys. The boys step up.
Yes.
Help facilitate the escape. You can take the soldier out of the war, but you can't take the war out of the goddamn soldier. Am I right?
That's 100% accurate.
Those dudes jumped right back into action. Everybody gets on board. You're heading back for Murdock and to rescue the guys. However, you are pursued by Podovsky and his Mi-24 attack helicopter, which looked awesome.
Yeah, those things look awesome. You know what doesn't look awesome? When you're flying a trash can and the guy chasing you is flying an up to date missile infused chopper heading towards you, and basically all you have is this, you know, this bullshit trash can with a propeller on top. It's not fun. It's definitely not fun.
No, but to prove that it is not how big you are, it's about how smart you are. You fake a crash landing, and when Podovsky shows himself, you shoot him with a missile launcher and blow him right out of the sky.
So I got an issue with this scene.
Okay. Didn't happen?
It happened. It didn't happen like this. Okay. And again, little kind of, hey, this is how Hollywood works. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was helping in writing this, and I was verbalizing my story to Sly and the rest of the people that helped write this movie, I let them know that this all happened. You know, you get the chase, the helicopter chase. He hits us. We got smoke coming out. Like, I don't know how much longer we can actually fly. So I go over the hill. I land.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We still got shit going on. And as soon as I said, like, in the movie, Sly's like, I'm sleeping because the pilot of the other helicopter is going to see that, like, oh, he must be sleeping. I'm going to blow him up now. That's not how shit works. You can't see that far.
No. You could have hit it in the jungle. There's many places for a warrior such as yourself to go.
I was there. All right. We were all in the chopper. I just took the bazooka, and as soon as he turned, I had him in my done. This whole tense moment of him looking at me and me being, you know, passed out or pretending like I'm dead or whatever the fuck that scene was about. I just didn't like that. It wasn't real. He turns the corner, he just clears the trees. And as soon as he clears the trees, I go bang, bang, and he goes boomala, boomala.
I love it. With this, you return with the POWs, all safe, back to base. Medical teams are out there. Everybody's there to help the POWs. You get out of the chopper with your M60. Erickson thinks he's funny, Martin Cove, and you do the world a favor and knock his teeth out, which was awesome. And then you walk into the mission control room and you start doing what you do best. You destroy all the equipment. I would have loved to have seen a Rambo versus Terminator movie. I know it never happened in real life, but would have been amazing to see which one of you won that.
I would have loved to see that too. I mean, there's still time, right?
Yeah, I mean, you seem to hate machines as much as anybody else on this planet.
Which I don't listen. Going back to the whole explosive arrow thing. And I know nowadays, like, a new thing is like you can go to a place and they give you a bat and they let you smash shit.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can go to like a gun range and shoot at a cardboard cutout or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What I think they should do, and this is a new business thing, a new business model I'm putting together, is I give you an M60 and I let you walk in to, you just give us a picture of like, kind of like what your like office computers and blah, blah, blah. And we're like, hey, these are all the computers. That's the fax machine. I don't know if people use fax machines anymore. I'm a little old. Here's the copier. Here's all that. And we just let you blow away all the stuff that's in your office. It's good for stress relief.
Oh, it seems like it, because you are pretty chill. Like, after Murdock comes in, you threaten Murdock, you slam your big ass knife right near his head, which was awesome.
Hell yeah.
And you basically tell him that you know there are more people out there, and that basically this country needs to start caring for his soldiers the same way the soldiers care for their country, which was a great. Now, when I say you drop bars in this movie, I am not playing. And what's tragic about it is I think the majority of us, because this movie is so action-packed, actually missed half of the dialogue.
That's fair. because it's, to your point, it's a lot of what I say in the movie, a lot of what Trautman said, and all of the dialogue. That's real. That's like a lot of that stuff. They kept 99% of that stuff.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that I say throughout this movie is pretty accurate, but I think you're right with, you got the explosions and you got the helicopter chase. And while all this stuff happened, sometimes you know who doesn't like go past the meaning and the sentence and what I was saying is Trautman, because Trautman was there and he's like, I mean, he didn't say, yo, bars, but he was like, fucking for real. Like, He got it. I think, to your point, I think most audiences, because of the action, the serious moments, and because there wasn't that crying emotional scene like at the end of the first one, I think a lot of them missed that because it was subtle.
100%. And then at the end of the movie, like you said, Trautman asks you as you begin to walk away, just stone cold walking off base in Thailand, which is awesome. Trautman asks you how you're going to survive, and you say,
How we live, John. Day by day.
Listen, I was a big fan of the Hulk. That walk off at the end, that was a Bruce Banner kind of walk off. Again, all accurate, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to traipse through Thailand for a little bit. Kind of like the A-Team, just looking for people that I could help.
Yeah, I'm going to say something weird here. And I think people will have to go back and watch this movie again to maybe understand it.
Okay.
Sylvester Stallone did another set of movies, which you have to know because you're alive, called Rocky. And in Rocky IV, he takes on the Russians. And that is just like sought after, right? Is patriotism run amok in the best possible way.
Yeah.
This movie was way more patriotic and had way more of an actual message than Rocky IV ever hoped to.
Absolutely. I don't think you're, telling stories out of school or whatever by saying that.
No, I just think I would probably get thrown out of school for saying that, because nobody would. I don't think a lot of people realize some of the moments, and mainly it's in the dialogue, but the dialogue you use in this movie, and I'm glad you said most of that is real life too, is so good. And much like First Blood, like you're making the point in First Blood with that movie was essentially we treat our soldiers like shit when they come home and there's no help for them. This one is to extend that. We're not even bringing all our guys home. Go fucking get our guys. Like we made promises and it's bullshit. So I loved it. I thought this was probably the best in the series of movies made about you until they get to Rambo versus Terminator.
They did a really good job with this one. Like, yeah. Listen, they did a good job with all of these, but this one especially, this was like my baby. Obviously the first one, like that's everybody gets to meet John Rambo kind of thing. Not to use myself in the third person. But everybody gets to meet me, gets to see my story. So that was special. But as far as a movie goes, it's special when they make a movie about your life.
Oh, right? Yeah.
So you're immediately pumped, let alone 5. So when they make a movie about your life, it's great. But then now you got to pick. And they're not, listen, at the end of the day, they're not like kids. Right? I don't love them all the same. This one is special for different reasons than the first one was, but I love this one.
Oh yeah. This is such a good movie. It has so much nostalgia attached to it. Yeah. And again, as a kid, there's no way I heard the dialogue or have it resonate with me. But this time I was just like, damn, like it is so. Sylvester Stallone does this to me every time. Any movie he's in, he always slips in some shit where I am just flabbergasted that
he gives you a rope a dope.
He really does, and it's kind of annoying, but also
I've met Sly. Obviously, we worked together to write these movies.
Yeah.
Most people think of him as like this dipshit Rocky guy, but in real life, he's really not. There's a lot of hey, I think we should, even going through my story, it was like, ooh, I think we should, that's a great line, but let's wait to use it in this scene because it's more impactful.
Yep.
So there was a lot of that from him. And as far as films go, you know, I can't speak for any other shit, but as far as movies go, that's a great guy right there.
No, he is. It was. And I don't have anything else for this. I will give you the last word.
All right. I got a little bit of advice for everybody out there.
All right.
If you can get a movie made about your life, do it. It's so much fun. It's a good time, especially like a good movie like these. But that's my only bit of advice for everybody out there. If you can get a movie made about yourself, do that. Do that. So much fun.
I suggest it. That is a great way to end it. For John Rambo and the vacationing Armando, I am Corey Idle. This is Kiss the Reviews, and we will see y'all next time.